family. Welcome you back to the channel. Family, it's something very important we need to talk about. And if you believe and love the Most High and Mashiach, it should have greatly offend you of what some man is teaching on his channel. This man said that Mashiach used magic and a magic wand or something to heal people. Folks, that is blasphemy. Anytime you accuse the Most High or the Ruach of being evil or being involved in some kind of demonic ritual or anything else wrong, that's blasphemy against the Ruach. Okay? We see in the scriptures where the Pharisees did the exact same thing. When Mashiach healed a person, they said that he did it through the power of Beelzebub. Okay? That's blasphemy. And on this channel, he's got all his subscribers believing that Mashiach healed people through magic and some kind of, I guess, magic wand and crystals and all this stuff. And that is the very thing that the Most High told us not to do in anything concerning witchcraft, divination, all those things. The Most High told us especially not to do it. And those that did it, we were punished for it. Some of our ancestors, they kept doing idol worship and practicing things that other nations did. And here this man is today accusing Mashiach of using some kind of magic. And when I went down in the comment sections of that video, all those people in there were agreeing with him. And they're going to be held responsible for their own actions. They're not going to be able to go in front of the Most High and say, oh, well, this is what this teacher said. That's not going to fly. Because you have the word right before you that you can read it yourself and see that this man is a false teacher. See? I mean, I looked at one comment, guys, yeah, I went and bought me a magic kit, and he said himself that he has crystals. I think it's called a smoky quartz crystal. Folks, that was used by the Druids. That was sacred to them. Okay? And the Greeks and a bunch of people, of that European descent. That's not for us. And he makes the claim, well, the reason why it's not in the Bible, because the people that gave us the Bible didn't want it in there, so we wouldn't know about this ability. No, it's not in the Bible because the Most High didn't want it in there. Why would he put instructions on doing something that he's against? That's why it's not in there. The Most High gonna tell you don't ever do these things and all that, but yet then he put the instructions. Yeah, well, you need to get a crystal and a wand and book of magic and all this. Why would he put that in there? He don't want you even associating with it. But we're gonna just put that lie to rest. That's abomination. That's blasphemy. And you know what the scriptures say about blasphemy? That's unpardonable. So first, you know how we have to do it on this channel. When we go to going against something false or something, then we just back it up with all the scriptures. See? We ain't got to try to formulate no words to go against it. It's already written. Okay? So, first we'll start out about, the present day false teachers. And we got them. Even in Israel. In this awakening. There's plenty of them. See, we look at prophecy and we say that, the Most High is going to, at some point, separate the wheat from the tares. Family, that separation is already taking place. And it has been for a while. It's people falling away from the true word and going after fairy tales. He's separating them now. That should offend any of us who has been sick. And the Most High brought us through just through prayer alone. Even from your friends and things that prayed for you. When they prayed for you, all they did was use their faith. They didn't have no magic and no prayer beads and quartz crystals and a magic wand. They just prayed in faith to the Most High, and he honored it. I was very disturbed about that, man. So let's get into the verses first about these kind of people. And then we're going to go into the verses where it's forbidden. 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 3 and 4. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers, having itching ears. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned unto fables. That's what's happening. On that channel, people don't walk away from the truth about the healing spirit of the Most High. And now saying, Mashiach did it by using magic. That is ridiculous. I know the few times that I've been in the hospital and the brothers and sisters came together and prayed for me. Uh, if you would ask them if they had any beads and crystals and magic wands, they'd look at you like you stupid. They had faith. That's all was required. 1 John chapter 4, verse 1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of Yah, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. There's plenty of them out there, family. Don't just look for them to be coming from some Christian church or Catholic or all that. They're in this awakening also. Those people that subscribe to that channel never probably even open their Bible just to see if confirm this man is lying. They just take him at his word for it. Because he come up with some book that say that's what happened. But yet and still he'll say, well, y'all just believe in everything that's in the Bible, but y'all keep forgetting who gave that Bible to you. Well, who gave you the book that you bought? See, they always try to say, well, the white man the one who wrote the Bible. Well, who wrote these stupid books that you buy with that junk in it? Who you think wrote that? First Timothy chapter 6. If any man teach otherwise, and consent not to wholesome words, even the words of our Mashiach, and to the doctrine which is according to godliness, he is proud, knowing nothing, but doting about questions and strifes of words, whereof come envy, strife, railing, evil surmising, perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds, and destitute of the truth, supposing that gain is godliness. From such withdraw yourself. See, that's clear. You get away from these people who comes up with this new doctrine and new gospel and supposedly good missing information and all that. Everything that we need to know really is in the King James. And what it is the plan for salvation. That's what the Most High is interested in. He gives us examples of what our people did that caused them to be punished and going into different slaveries so that we would make the same mistake. But the ultimate goal in the scriptures is the Most High making a way for him to dwell with man again like he did with Adam. And what we need to do to obtain that. That's the whole purpose. The plan of salvation. What kind of salvational value of hearing something about magic and all that? Why would you even want to know something like that when it's forbidden? He even says that his ministry was predicted in the zodiac. That's another no. Jude, chapter 1, verse 4. For there are certain men crept in aware, who were before of old ordained to this condemnation, ungodly men, turning the grace of the Most High into lasciviousness, and denying the only Elohim and Yahushua HaMashiach. 2 Peter, chapter 2, verse 1. For there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who will privately bring into damnable heresies, even denying the Most High that bought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. See, these people are teaching heresy. I can't believe how many people would believe that, but they do. He's got thousands of people that watch that stuff, and they all agree with it. And they're going to have to pay for that. They're not going to be able to drop that off on him. No. Most High going to hold you accountable too. This is why I always tell people, no matter what I teach on, or any other teacher teach on, yes, we bring subjects and lessons, that some people may get understanding, help how understand something, but it does not take the place of you opening your Bible and studying yourself. Now, we may teach on some prophetic chapters, and some of them are, hard to understand, and that's our job to help you understand them. But still, you have to go and read for yourself and get an understanding. A lot of these prophetic books, like Daniel and Revelation, they have a lot of metaphors in them and everything. And some of it is hard to understand. So that's what our job is, to help you understand it. But it does not take place of you studying and reading yourself. Deuteronomy, chapter 13, I think verses 1 through 3. If there arise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams, and give thee a sign or a wonder, and the sign or the wonder come to pass thereof, he spake unto thee, saying, Let us go after other gods, which thou hast not known, and serve them. Thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet or that dreamer of dreams. For the Most High, your Elohim, proves you to know whether you love the Most High, your Elohim, with all your heart and with all your soul. Listen to these people. Folks, there ain't no more prophets out here. They're all dead. They done their job. What the Most High told them to tell us is written. All you have to do is read it. 2 Corinthians chapter 11. I think that's verses 13 through 15. For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into apostles of Mashiach. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Therefore it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. Satan got ministers too. And it's those that go around here teaching this garbage. Those fables and heretic, blasphemy. Second Timothy 3 and 5, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. They might look and try to sound godly, but they're not. Wolves in sheep's clothing. Second Timothy chapter 3 verse 13. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. See, I can't believe that people would believe that Mashiach had to use a wand or some other magic to heal somebody. Well, that's saying, if you really know who Mashiach is, that's saying that the Most High himself, when he created everything that is, it was through magic. He didn't speak nothing into existence. No, he had crystals and beads and magic wands to do this. We know clearly that everything that is, he spoke it into existence. Romans chapter 16, verse 17 and 18. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause division and offenses contrary to the doctrine which you have learned, and avoid them. For they that are such serve not Yahushua HaMashiach, but their own belly, and by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts of the simple. See, those people that believe that stuff is simple and minded people. That's who they prey on. That people believe every kind of doctrine that they come up with. They go buy all these books you ain't never heard of and recommend them to them, and they go buy them and believe what's in them. Trying to gain some kind of worldly wisdom. And you know that worldly wisdom is foolishness to the Most High. I don't care how smart you think you are, what you think you know. It means nothing. All you have to do is read Ecclesiastes. And it says, the conclusion of the whole matter is to fear the Most High and keep his laws and commandments. That's the whole duty of man and woman. Okay, what all you know, it boils down to one thing. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments. That's it. It's just that simple. When you start reaching back, trying to go into all this foolishness that some do, missing the point. Because I don't care what you think you know. We know what the whole conclusion of the matter is. Colossians chapter 2, verse 8. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, and after the tradition of men, and after the rudiments of the world, and not after Mashiach. See? Vain philosophy, vain deceit, traditions of men. Galatians chapter 1, verse 6 through, 8, 6 through 8. I marvel that you are so removed from him that called you into the grace of Mashiach unto another gospel, which is not another. But there be some that trouble you, and would pervert the gospel of Mashiach. But though we, or an angel from heaven, preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. People like that, coming up with some kind of new doctrine and contrary to what you should know, to be true. And they repeated in verse 9, as we said before, so say I now again, if any man preach any gospel unto you other than what you have received, let him be accursed. He said, I don't care if it's an angel. If he's telling you something different, let him be accursed. Now, how different is that, saying Mashiach had to heal people with magic or through the demonic practices, which is what the Pharisees accused him of when he was healing people. He's healing people through the power of Beelzebub. This is the same thing this man is doing. That's blasphemy, folks. Anytime you contribute something to the Most High that is wicked or evil, that is blasphemy against the Ruach. He's going to pay for that. And all them that follow him. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 6 and 7. Let no man deceive you with vain words. Because of these things come the wrath of Yah upon the children of disobedience. Be not ye therefore partakers with them. That's clear. First Timothy 4 and 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. Family, I'm telling you, you don't have to look far to find false teachers, false prophets. We have them right here among us in this awakening. They are agents of Satan. Second John chapter 1 verse 7, for many deceivers are entered into the world who confess not that Yahushua HaMashiach is come in the flesh. This is a deceiver and an antichrist. That's what they are. You got to quit watching these kind of people because they're popular or you like them. Their popularity is not going to get you into the kingdom. It's going to do just the opposite. Keep you out of it. He's going to take you with him. Ezekiel chapter 13 verse 9. And my hand shall be upon the prophets that see vanity, and that divine lies. They shall not be in the assembly of my people, neither shall they be written in the writing of the house of Israel, neither shall they enter into the land of Israel. And ye shall know that I am the Most High, your Elohim. Why would you follow somebody like that, family? And I'm going to put a link at the end of this video in the description mark. You can go to that video and witness it for yourself. And it should make you very angry, family. And disturbed. It just, all you need to do is start at the 19-minute mark and hear this garbage. Acts chapter 20, verse 28 through 30. Take heed, therefore, unto yourselves, and to all the flock, over the which the Ruach has made you overseers, to feed the church of Yah, which he has purchased with his own blood. For I know this, that after my departing shall grievous wolves enter among you, not sparing the flock. Also, of your own selves shall men arise, speaking perverse things, to draw away disciples after themselves. And that's what these people do. You know, y'all, they want y'all as disciples and follow after them instead of following after Mashiach. I mean, we got the warnings all over the Bible, family. Matthew chapter 24, verse 24. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it was possible, they shall deceive the very elect. See? If it was possible. But it shouldn't be possible for people who believe the word of the Most High. But it said if it was possible, they deceived them too. Let's see what those Pharisees did. Let's go to Matthew chapter 12. And we'll go down from verse 23 to verse 26. This was when Mashiach was healing somebody. And it said, all the people were amazed and said, is this not the son of David? But when the Pharisees heard it, they said, this fella does not cast out devils, but by Beelzebub, the prince of the devils. And Mashiach knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How then shall his kingdom stand? See, that's blasphemy. Say Mashiach was healing, by the power of devils. Instead of the power of the Ruach. Let's go further. Let's go to Matthew 12, go down to verse 31 and 32. Therefore I say unto you, all manner of sin and blasphemy shall be forgiven unto men, but the blasphemy against the Ruach shall not be forgiven unto men. That's what this guy is doing on his channel. And whosoever speak a word against the Son of Man, it shall be forgiven him. Mashiach said, well, you can speak about my physical body all you want. But whosoever speak against the Ruach Ha Qodesh, it shall not be forgiven him, neither in this world, neither in the world to come. In other words, unpardonable. There are many ways that you can blaspheme against the Ruach. One is to continue in unbelief. See? Continuing in it. The word blasphemy, it's defined as, defiant irreverence to the Most High. Or things like cursing the Most High, or willfully degrading things relating to the Most High, like healing. He degraded it down to a magic wand. Or blasphemy is also attributing some evil to the Most High, or denying him good that we should attribute to him. See? This crystal that he say he owns in that video, all that is practiced by Eastern religions, in China and India and ancient Egypt and Europeans. It says smoky quartz is the national gem of Scotland in Celtic cultures. Smoky quartz was sacred to the Druids. Are we Druids? Are we European? Then what we doing with it? Most High said, do not do what the other nations do. It said that this stone represented the dark power of the earth gods and goddesses. And so he's telling people to do this stuff. Say he even got one. It was also associated with the ancient Greek goddess, Hecate, the goddess of magic. Can you believe somebody would teach that? Better yet, can you believe so how many ignorant people are sitting there agreeing to it? It's unbelievable. You can't make this up, family. You can't make this stuff up. Let's read some scriptures about sorcery and witchcraft and soothsayers and all that stuff. Galatians chapter 5, verse 19 through 21. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, strife, sedition, and heresies. Envy, murder, drunkenness, reveling, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have told you in time past, that they who do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of Yah. See, you see the witchcraft in that. And it could also be titled under idol worship or heresy. Isaiah chapter 8, verse 19. And when they shall say unto you, seek unto them that have familiar spirits, and unto wizards that peep and that mutter, should not a people seek unto their Elohim, for the living to the dead? See, you're not supposed to be seeking no wisdom from people with that practice witchcraft or nothing like that. The zodiac. You know, the Most High put the stars and the sun and moon up there for times of season. And sometimes for navigational purposes, you know, to kind of get your bearings of where you're going. At no time are we supposed to try to use those stars to predict our future, like in the zodiac. Okay? And we don't worship the stars. Now you can stand in awe of the Most High's creation and admire it, but you don't worship it at all. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 6. And the soul that turns after such have familiar spirits, and after wizards, to go a whoring after them. I will even set my face against that soul, and will cut him off from among his people. Go down to verse 27. A man also or a woman that has a familiar spirit, or is a wizard, shall surely be put to death. They shall stone them with stones, their blood shall be upon them. So it's clear. We're not supposed to participate in none of this stuff. Second Chronicles, chapter 33, verse 6. And he caused his children to pass through the fire in the valley of the son of Hinnom. Also he observed time. What I was saying about that zodiac stuff. And he used enchantments, and used witchcraft, and dealt with a familiar spirit, and with wizards. He brought so much evil in the sight of the Most High to provoke him to anger. And he had nerve enough to say, well, they took all these things out of the Bible so we wouldn't have access to them and know what kind of power that we can have. With your little crystals and magic wand and your little spells and prayer beads and all this foolishness, when all you need is faith and belief. That's all. Acts chapter 8, verse 9. But there was a certain man called Simon, which before time in the same city used sorcery, and we bewitched the people of Samaria, giving out that himself was some great one. See, it was God doing all kind of witchcraft and stuff, to make himself great. Let's see what happened to a verse about Saul. First Chronicles chapter 10, verse 13. So Saul died for his transgression which he committed against the Most High, even against the word of the Most High, which he kept not, and also for asking counsel of one that had a familiar spirit to inquire of it. That was the witch of Endor. We're not supposed to do that, family. No kind of magic, no believing in the power of crystals and magic wands, and not. We don't do it, family. The Most High will destroy you for it. First Samuel chapter 15 verse 23 says, for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Most High, he has also rejected thee from being the king. See, it's plain. We wasn't to do none of that stuff. Don't do what the heathens do or other nations do. Most High had to say us that over and over, and every time we violated it, we ended up in a different captivity. We're in the final captivity now. And here we got people still trying to do it. Well, they ain't got no more chances. See, you don't make it now, you ain't obedient now, it's a wrap. You can forget it. No more chances. That window of opportunity and grace is closing every day. Isaiah chapter 19, verse 3, it says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fall into the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. See, I'm telling you, when you watch that video, it should really, really bother you that somebody would teach such a thing and have so many people follow after it. It is very disturbing. I had to wait a few days before I even tried to do this video because I was still mad for somebody to say something like that. Let's go to Nahum chapter 3, verse 4 and 5. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft, that sells nations through her whoredom, and families through her witchcraft. Behold, I am against thee, said the Most High, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2, thus said the Most High, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them. See, we know what's coming. They don't want this worried about it because they know they end is coming. When we look up and see things that are happening, we know it's going to happen. And it's for our benefit. Micah chapter 3, verse 6 and 7. Therefore, night shall be unto you, that you shall not have a vision, and it shall be dark unto you. You shall not divine. And the sun shall go down over the prophets, and the day shall be dark over them. Then shall the seers be ashamed, and the diviners confounded. Yea, that shall all cover their lips, for there is no answer of Yah. See, they mouth gonna be shut. Um, 2 Kings chapter 21 verse 6, and he made his son pass through the fire and observed trying and enchantments and dealt with familiar spirits and wizards. He brought much wickedness in the sight of the Most High to provoke him to anger. I think I may have read that one previously. Um, 2 Kings 23 verse 24. Moreover, the workers with familiar spirits and the wizards and the images and the idols and all the abominations that were spied in the land of Judah and in Jerusalem did Josiah put away, that he might perform the words of the law which were written in the book of Hilkiah, the priest, found in the house of the Most High. See, he made all them old witches and wizards, and got rid of them. Let's see. Let's go down. Acts chapter 13 verse 8 through 11. And it says, Elymas, the sorcerer, withstood them, seeking to turn away the deputy from the faith. Then Saul was filled with the Ruach, set his eyes on him, and said, O fully of all subtlety and all mystery, thou child of the devil, thou enemy of righteousness, wilt thou not cease to pervert the right ways of the Most High? And now, behold, the hand of the Most High is upon thee, and thou shalt be blind, not seeing the sun for a season. And immediately there fell on him a mist and a darkness, and he went about seeking some to lead him by the hand. See, he was struck blind for doing that. See, let's go to Acts 19, verse 13 through 16. Then certain of the vagabond Jews, exorcists, took upon themselves to call over them which had evil spirits the name of Yahushua HaMashiach, saying, We adjure you by Yahushua, whom Paul preached. And there were 7 sons of one Sceva, a Judah, and chief of the priests, which did so. And the evil spirit answered and said, Yahushua I know, and Paul I know. But who are you? See, they thought that they could do what Paul and Mashiach did, and that's uh, cast out demons. Verse 16 said, and the man in whom the Spirit was leaped on them and overcame them and prevailed against them, so that they fled out of that house naked and wounded. See, they trying to use spells and witchcraft to cast out those demons and trying to do it in Mashiach's name or Paul. And then those spirits say, yeah, well, I know who Mashiach is and I know who Paul is, but who are you? And jumped on them. And they had to leave there running, naked. Leave that witchcraft and anybody that teach it alone, family. Revelation chapter 9, verse 21. Neither repented they of their murder, or of their sorcery, or nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts. See? Those people ain't even repented for all the sorcery and stuff. Using spells and magic and quartz. And family, there's nothing wrong with crystals. For direct decoration, like you may have little figurines and stuff in your little cabinet, just for the beauty of them. No way are you supposed to use none of that stuff. In no kind of practice of witchcraft. Revelation 18:23. And the light of a candle shall not shine no more at all in thee. And the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth. For by sorceries were all nations deceived. Let's go one more. Revelations 21, verse 8. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burnt with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. You follow behind these folks telling you the magic that those sorcerers and all that did back then, it was hidden from us because they didn't want us to know that we could do stuff like that. Don't believe that. It wasn't written because the Most High don't want you to know how to do nothing like that. And here you got this man teaching people to do it. Wow. I just, I don't believe it. And to use something that the Eastern religions use, Wow. The Druid of all people. Okay, family? Listen, like I say, I'm going to leave the link in the description box. You can go watch it yourself. I don't need to call out the name of this person because you'll see it yourself. And you can start at the 19-minute mark. And that'll pretty much tell you everything that you need to know. Okay? I don't know how much of it that you can stand to watch before you get just very upset of somebody accusing Marcia of using uh, a wand, a magic wand to heal people. I tell you what, the 2 or 3 times I done been healed, I didn't know magic wand show up or no smoky quartz. All right, family. I think I sufficiently got this off my chest, but you'll see why I'm was pretty perturbed about that. Just watch it. Starting from the 19-minute mark, all right? Okay. Next time, family. Shalom.